Sonny reinstates himself back at the record label. Harper's pretend date gets rumbled. Joe's memory starts to return after hypnotherapy. And Mac is implanted.
Hold me in your arms, don't let me go. I want to stay forever, closer each day. Home and away.
Lacey and I would just play outside for hours and hours. Mum would come push us on the swings.
Okay, now Joe, I'll get you to really relax and allow your eyes to feel very heavy as you picture the garden. Soak up all the colours and the smells. Your mum is pushing you on the swing. Back and forth. Back and higher and higher. That's it. It's great, Joe. That's it.
We are Cy and Sophie. This is Coastal News, a home and away podcast, your weekly episode companion podcast for your favourite Aussie soap.
Right, I saw you, Sophie. I saw you in the pit at the Death Rattle gig. You can't deny it.
That was me. Moshing. It was me. I know. I bought my ticket a week early, Justin. I mean, come on.
Organised. How did he not, like, as a scout, get on the list? I don't know.
That's what I was thinking as well. It's like, you don't have to just buy, like, he could have just phoned up the venue or the management and said, I work for a record label and I'd like to come and scout the band or whatever. Like, you don't have to, surely the A&R people don't buy tickets.
I know. That was a refreshing Ticketmaster. Come on, Justin. How are you? You okay?
I'm good. How are you?
Recovered from the pit then, I'm assuming.
Yes, well, I've got Mosher's neck, but you know, that's normal, isn't it?
I'm all right, thank you.
Good.
Yes.
Good.
I passed on the gig.
Yes, I know. Yeah, you went crocheting with Leah or something, did you?
You cheeky sod. me, Leah, and Tom Daly. Actually, that's quite a nice Friday night. Doesn't quite beat the pod.
No,
But yeah.
I was going to say, not quite. Oh,
How was Home and Away this week?
I'm not going to lie, as a Cash fan, it was pretty good.
You put your tenner on.
I can't complain because there was a lot of cash in the storyline and there was a lot of cash on the screen. And I am quite grateful to the wardrobe department for hiding his costume this week.
Yes.
That was great. Thank you.
Yeah, the
Thank
budget
you.
cuts are appreciated. Have you noticed on the My5 app as well, they're still keeping him half undressing?
As if I haven't noticed, yes.
It's been on there weeks now. I'm thinking they're not even moving this along.
No, I sent them an email. Leave it there. Yes, it's going to be there till New Year. Come on. Yeah.
Well, so are we at this rate. Yeah, the news.
Oh, yes, the extension. Extension.
The extension or the detention, whichever way you look at it.
Oh, God. We were so smug. We had this all planned out. We worked out ages ago, didn't we? The finale for the UK was going to be the 21st of November originally, wasn't it? We worked it all out because we've got to do we were away before that, aren't we? So we've got to do some recording ahead before that. But then they went and announced a 2-week extension. So now we're going on till December the something, aren't we?
The 5th.
The 5th.
I think.
Or the 4th. I can't remember.
Depending on where you're at, yeah.
So
this is a spanner in the works. More spanners than Summer Bay Auto.
I'm pleased in a way because we get 2 more weeks of Home and Away, but I'm also slightly disappointed because it means that the finale won't be the finale, and then we're going to have 2 weeks of something, and then and then the real finale that's not actually a finale. If you know, I don't know. It's all a bit odd.
Yeah, because we're getting a bit used to being written as a UK finale. With they write us one, don't they? They write us a
Yeah.
nice big cliffhanger.
Yeah.
It's really great. We then long for it back, and then it comes back. Like you said, now they're deciding to stay on a couple of more weeks.
Mm.
It does mean it's twofold, isn't it? It means that we're not going to have the long wait
Mm.
to find out, but it also means that we're probably going to end on a random ep.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I suppose the break's not going to be as long. I don't know. I
Or
don't know
is
how I
it?
feel.
I mean, they haven't announced when it's
Well,
back, so
I've been racking my brain, Sophie, trying to work out this decision. Why are we catching up a bit? What's happening? There are Commonwealth Games next year, so
okay, right.
I know 7 over in the US, over in Oz, might. They're obviously going to be very erratic with their triple Thursdays and break. They're probably going to take a break for that if Channel 7 are showing those. Maybe it's something to do with that.
Yeah.
But I'm clutching, because it puts us a couple of weeks closer, unless, like you say, it's coming back much later
No idea.
in January.
I can't even hedge a bet now because we were so sure, weren't we, that it was the 21st of November. We'd planned all around it.
Yeah.
And we'd got all our recording dates all sourced in the diary, and then this happened, and I was like, "Well, it's anybody's guess now." What's happening?
And then next year we're going to be like on tenterhooks, aren't we? Wondering what's going to happen.
Super weird.
I bet people behind the scenes are raging at this.
Probably.
The show has gone to all the effort to do this they do it for the UK market. This big spiel, which is, I'm assuming, is supposed to be the wedding.
Yes,
Cash
that's
and
in
Eden
exactly
wedding.
2 weeks.
2 weeks, which would make sense.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, we are where we are. We are pivoting.
Panicking.
What, all the P's?
Yes.
So, as a result, we have an announcement. So we are going to we're going to have to record quite erratically. You're going to get your pod right to the end on the 5th of December, aren't you? But Your Say on the Bay is going to be different. There's going to be no Your Say on the Bay for the next couple of weeks, okay? Whilst we play catch up with recording and getting on top of the show, okay? However, we still would like you to submit them. Because we're going to do like a bit of a, here's what you've been saying the last few weeks. When we have chance. And the way to do that, and the only way to do it, because we're not going to go through 4 or 5 weeks of tweets, is to get yourself on our website, coastalnewspod.com, and fill in the Your Say on the Bay form. Just give us a little what you think's going on, and we'll do a bit of a few weeks roundup when we get to the season finale of the pod, which, looking like, is going to be the 5th of December. That's all right. That's nice and straightforward, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nothing else to add on that, is there? And yeah, we'll be here. We've got a couple of different things going on. Just stay tuned to the pod and the website, coastalnewspod.com, whilst we get through. But yeah, we're going to be here till the end. Also, big news this week, our sister podcast, Coast News Investigates, released an interview with none other than Ryan Bown, aka Sonny, the very popular Sonny. It was a really great interview with him. He was very giving with his time, and that dropped on Monday. Loads of people are enjoying it. We're getting great feedback about it because everyone loves Sonny, don't they?
Yeah, definitely.
So
that's
go and check
evidenced
that
by
out.
the fact that he won Best Newcomer at our Bogies Awards, and that's the whole point for the interview, isn't it? Is that we kind of slid into the DMs and went, "Congratulations!" and he actually replied. So you jumped on it and said, "How about you come and talk to us?"
Just out here hustling, hon.
Yes.
He couldn't say no because I was like, Ali did it.
Yeah. When she went last year, yes. Oh no!
So whoever's
it
next,
was really
we'll come with
good.
you.
It was a brilliant interview. He was so, like you say, he was so giving and so like, just very, likable person. I think it comes across in the interview that he's so open and friendly and funny and just
Mm,
a little bit like Sonny, but obviously without the kind of the cheeky
baggage.
scammer kind of
Yeah.
vibe, wheeler dealer type. I
Without the
think.
fraud edge.
Yeah, definitely. No, it was a great interview. So if you haven't checked it out already, go and listen to it, guys, because it is really, really good.
Yeah, links to Coastal News Investigates in the show notes of this and every episode. We also, all the info's on the website as well. Again, coastalnewspod.com. But yeah, it's good. If you've not heard our interviews yet, there's a few on there now, isn't there? So go and fill your boots. More planned. But yeah, he really relaxed me, and we just had a chat, and the time flew, and it was really great to speak to him.
Yeah.
He found it hilarious that he'd won a bogey.
Good. It is amusing.
Right, shall we talk about this week's Home and Away?
Yes. Get on with it. Yes.
She's got places to be. Sonny leaves the record label planning after he's running with Justin, doesn't he, this week? He's like, nah, I'm out. Remy finds it all a bit weird, asks if something's going on. And, he's a bit sus. And obviously we know that Justin's warned him off last week with all his sensible business acumen. And when Sonny gets back home, he's feeling... There's a bit of a pattern with Sonny going on here, isn't there? This sort of insecurity is back once again, isn't it? We saw it the other week with the rent and the highlighters, which we've mentioned way too much for an insignificant scene. But actually, what I think it's telling me is Sonny is actually quite, for all her bravado, he's quite an insecure person. And on the back of this running with Justin, he goes home and says to Dana, describe me in 3 words. And Bree's there as well, and they're saying things like Peter Pan complex. Which is
not a compliment. I'm sorry.
No.
I know they tried to say it was, but it doesn't sound like a compliment to me.
No, it doesn't. But in other words, he's childish, carefree, isn't he?
Yeah.
And this again, you can't help but just sort of feel sorry for the guy because it's almost like that it's insecurity, isn't it, of him thinking everyone just thinks I'm a joke, when actually it's probably a front for more serious, deeper stuff that's gone on, and it's his life experience. And he brushes it off. Doesn't matter, whatever, and then he does eventually sit down and speak to Remy, and he says, "Look, I'm not the guy for the job." He's down in the dumps about it all, and Dana, in the end, is like trying to speak to him. Thank God, because I was a bit worried this was like more Dana and Sonny clashing. But luckily she's like, look, she tells him what he needs to hear. She's like, you're smart deep down, you, and he's given you the job for a reason, and it seems to do the trick. Sonny's back in. Justin apologizes to him, thank God, because people like Justin can't be going around making people feel like that just because they don't agree. You and I were saying last week the best teams are made up of differences, and I think Justin ought to have known better. And we are where we're at now. And the first thing Sonny says when he's back in and he gets back into the fold is, "Where are we at with the go-kart?" I was like, just to sort of take the edge off the seriousness of it. But underneath that surface there, we're starting to see a bit of it scratching away, aren't we? We're starting to see a vulnerable little boy there, I reckon. That's only going to add to his lovability.
Yeah, definitely. And this is the thing, isn't it, with characters like Sonny? This is why they're popular, because it's relatable. It's that kind of character with layers. There's something going on the surface. Yes, he's self-confident, but it's masking this insecurity. It's masking this imposter syndrome, and it's really, really relatable to be like that, because a lot of us have gone through that, where we've kind of that whole fake it till you make it thing. You're scared to do something, or you're not sure you can do something, but you do it anyway, and you kind of mask how you really feel about it, and that's really relatable feeling, I think.
Yeah, I completely agree. And masking your insecurity by making people laugh.
Exactly.
You know, like
Yeah.
that comedy thing. I think that's certainly something I can relate to as someone who I've been told I've got funny bones. But actually, I do feel things,
Yeah, of
just because
course.
and when you get to like serious situations, I'll be the one cracking the joke
Mm.
because that's a cope that's how I'd cope with it,
Yeah.
you know.
It's a coping
You know,
mechanism, definitely.
yeah, yeah, and
Yeah.
I see myself in that side of him.
Yes.
In that, I mean, look at the Irene stuff when that was all getting serious. He was joking about lending her money. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
it's that mentality. But that's how he's got through life when serious bad stuff's
Mm.
happened. Clearly,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
just another way of doing things. I quite like that about him.
Yeah.
You know, but does that mean he's suppressing his own stuff? There's and how will that manifest as we go through his story arc?
Mm.
It could be interesting, couldn't it? You
Yeah,
know?
definitely. I want to see more layers of the onion eventually. You don't have to have it
Mm,
all in the same week, but a few,
yeah,
a layer here, a layer there, just to get a little bit deeper, get a bit more into his psyche,
yeah.
and maybe meet this brother one day that you mentioned.
This is it. That's the golden boy. Mm,
Yeah, what's the relationship
mm,
there like? You know what I mean? How different
mm.
are they? That kind of thing. So, yeah,
Yeah,
no,
could
I
be.
I think I think he's definitely relatable, and that's obviously why he's so popular.
Definitely, definitely. One to watch. One to
Mm.
watch as we go through. Harper elsewhere is pretending she's going on a date this week, and Mazzy's excited by it more than anybody. um, she can spot a date based on just the smoky eyes themselves, she's obviously sat around Harper waiting for no one, and Mazzy's like, "Oh, is he late?" And Rue's trying to tell her off. It's none of your business.
Mm.
Which I don't want to get into a massive tirade about it, but it just tells you what little Maz has got going on right now.
Mm.
Um, and later, as Harper's hiding in the diner, Tane spots her, and she's forced to admit, isn't she, that there never was a date, which isn't technically true. There was, it was just weeks ago. Um, and he agrees to go get pizza with her, watch a film. This is where, when I said to you, we need to watch for these mixed signals here with
Yeah,
these two.
this made me nervous.
Yeah, same. I was sat up. Yeah, I was thinking, oh no, don't. Yeah, I was clenched. I was clenched watching this bit. I was thinking, no, 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 no. And then obviously he goes to Salt to pick the pizza up, and Joe's there, and I'm like, oh, for God's sake, please tell me he turns up at home with these pizzas.
Yeah. Or does he get distracted by Joe? That's what I
Yeah,
thought as well.
I
Yeah.
know. Yeah. Oh, I'm glad it wasn't just me.
No, I was like you. I was like, oh no, they're gonna do it over this pizza. Oh god, this is gonna be like pity sex. We talked about pity sex, didn't we,
Yeah,
recently? I can't remember his first look or main pod. But we're like,
yeah.
oh, she's gonna go home and like say, oh, it didn't work out, and he's gonna be like, oh, here's an arm to lean on or whatever, and then one thing leads to the other thing. I was
Mm,
expecting that, but when when
mm.
I saw Joe, I was like, oh, here we go. He's gonna get distracted by her. He's not going to go home. She's going to be sat there waiting for him, wondering where the pizza is. Oh, and that's awkward as well because then it's an
Yeah,
argument because it's like we
I
made
know.
plans and you've run off with
Yeah.
another woman.
Right after as well, she just sat in the diner all day, dolled up, like for no
Oh,
day, and then she sits at home all night. I'm thinking, don't do this to her, man. Do not do this to her.
it's awkward, isn't it? It's so awkward. Oh.
Thankfully, that isn't really what happened,
Mm.
but. I mean, it was just the show playing with us. I think, playing right into
Yeah.
us.
Well done. We fell for it.
Yes, we did. But I do quite like that cheekiness of the cutting of the show when
Mm.
it's just to make it feel like something's going to happen.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we're at this point. I do think there's some symbolism in there. I do think that Tane going between the two, that
Mm.
is what he's going to constantly have to choose, isn't he? He's
Yeah.
got a baby and a baby mama, and he's probably got a potential love interest there, and that's always going to have to be a trade-off. And Tane going from one to the other, there was some symbolic stuff in that scene somewhere,
Mm.
sort of telling us that that's his life now. if he wants to date.
Definitely. Yeah.
Joe actually takes lunch the next day. She's had a chat with Tane. He's sort of put some, words of encouragement in her mind. And she takes lunch to her father at work and tells him that she wants to do hypnotherapy, as you do. Now, I have never got hypnotherapy with my boots meal deal of a lunchtime, but this is a different hemisphere. And she says she wants to try and remember more about the accident. Sarge doesn't like it, does he? Could be dangerous. Warns her off it. I mean, he has some valid points. He's telling her you're still having panic attacks about these flashbacks. Doesn't want her to be traumatized further. There were valid points, weren't they? But I feel like he was piling the pressure on last week. This Sarge is an absolute walking contradiction in all senses, and we'll get onto it because I'm cross, right? But this is another example of him saying to her, "Our only hope is you." So when she comes out with a potential avenue to a solution, he bats it down. What is it, man? Are we trying or not? Are we desperate or not? Do we want the answers or not? He is exasperating, Soph.
I know.
Driving me mad.
I can't work him out either. Like I say, I've been defending him to you because I've been saying he's a husband, a grieving husband, he's a grieving father, and I can kind of get that. I can kind of get why he's so angry. That is part of grief, that sort of angry and irritable and everything else. That's sort of 101 grief, but it's the rule breaking that he can't stand for with other people, and yet he does himself. Like having the hypnotherapy session in the police station. I was like, is that okay? This isn't an active case. It's not really. He's already explained to us this is not. He hasn't reopened the case. He's just looking at the file and trying to find if any evidence was missing. This is not. There's no evidence to actually reopen the case formally yet, and he's kind of doing it on the down low, sneaking the file in and out of YCPD, and yet he's having this hypnosis session with his daughter in the middle of the police station, and I'm like, is this okay? I don't know. This feels like a bit wrong. And if it was Cash and he was trying to do a hypnosis session with someone that he knew, I don't know whether he'd be cool with that.
No, we'd be undrawn and quartered.
Exactly.
Cash can't even enter his office. Jesus Christ.
Can't even bring him a moussaka, for God's sake.
And while we're on Cash, he says to him, oh, what a Mukasa now. He says to him, I'll get you on it. I'll get your help. And then when he does, he has a go at him.
Yes.
For getting involved. Make your mind up.
I know, and I, to be honest, I can sort of see that both ways as well. And I know I'm a Cash fan, so I don't want to really be that mean about Cash, but he was a bit sloppy, sort of saying all that stuff to Lacey without.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, he didn't even give her a chance to talk. He was like, oh, so Joe did hypnotherapy and she knows about this car and blah, blah, blah. He didn't say, hi, how are you? And like try and suss the water. He wasn't being a very good cop there, really, showing all of his hands straight away. So I kind of saw why Sarge was so annoyed with him. I kind of got it. But at the same time, Sarge I can't really pick a side. I can't really pick his side because he's, like you say, he's so hypocritical, isn't he?
Yeah.
Like, he bends the rules, but he doesn't want anyone else to do it. And it's like, what's the...
Lacey did warn us right at the beginning.
She did actually, yeah.
He's by the book until it suits him.
Yeah, that's true.
There seems to be a running sort of thread of his that he's willing to look the other way when it suits. I mean, even down to giving Rue Adrian's number.
Oh yeah, that's point.
An address.
Yeah.
That's another example of he's willing to do it when it makes Rue go away. You know what I mean?
Well, when he decides to break the rules, it's okay, but when someone else does, it's not, and it's
ton
a
of
bit
bricks.
Yeah.
This hypnotherapy you mention, I mean, it's not very relaxing. The interview room at Yabby Creek, is it?
No.
This was a bit weird.
No, it was. I thought it was going to be in the beach house, if I'm honest. I don't know why it wasn't.
Well, that would make sense. Lay down on the sofa.
Yeah.
Crystals and incense. I think my my stereotype opinion of what it should have been was different because I only have experience of it through watching TV shows, right? Which
Yeah.
obviously depict it a certain way. There was a really interesting discussion on one of the forums this week about it because we were all like, "Oh, she didn't seem very tranced, She snapped out of it without any sort of come out, didn't slowly come out of it." But yeah, apparently it was depicted quite realistic from someone who's been through it themselves.
I've not
It's just
been
the
through
setting
it.
was a bit weird.
Yeah, I've not been hypnotized, but I have been to a Derren Brown live event thing
Oh,
where
did you?
he tried to he tried to hypnotize the whole audience. So basically, he tells
To
you what
suck
to
his
do.
dick.
No, nobody did that I remember. But who knows? So we all had to do this like breathe, and we all had to shut our eyes. We all had to listen to his voice. We all had to picture things in our mind and like listen to him or whatever. And then he said, right, if you're under the influence now, like if you've been hypnotized, stand up. And like loads of people in the theater stood up. And then he said to the rest of us, if you're not standing up, open your eyes. And then it didn't work on me, so I was just looking around at all these people standing up, and they were all standing up with their eyes shut, and they all had their arms up as well, which he didn't tell them to do. It was really weird. So there must have been some kind of suggestive thing that he'd said to stand up, and then they put their arms out like they were going, ooh, like a ghost kind of thing. It was really weird. But yeah, I don't know. It didn't work on me. But
God, that was a bit.
yeah, it was a bit weird.
I think it's one of those, isn't it, where because it's not like I'm going to say science, but like it is really
It's
psychology.
suggestibility, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's open to interpretation. I think unless it's for you, unless it's something you experience, you're going to have some sort of skepticism. Yeah, exactly. I love how the show tried to depict it, though. I'm going to Jenny the setting because I wouldn't be relaxed at an interview room at a police station.
No.
But she seemed to get relaxed quite quickly, talking about the park and whatnot. And I really loved the cinematography here, what they did, the soft focus, the really bright colours, the sunshine, the sort of echoing noises of child's play, as she's talking about growing up. I loved it. Loved it. Love an eye zoom. We were laughing at this the other night. The way that they depicted her in this sort of calmed state, it calmed me actually.
Yeah.
I felt a bit zen watching it. And Home and Away is great at this sort of stuff. You just don't get it. You just don't get it on the other soaps because they're too gritty. It's not because it's not gritty. You can play with this sort of stuff, can't you?
Yeah.
On screen. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was really good. I did like the way they shot it. I did, like you, I was kind of like, it's in the police station, and is this going to work? And do I really believe in hypnosis? I don't know. Like, jury's out and that kind of thing. But the way they did it, it was really good. It wasn't cheesy at all. It, like you said, the flashback of her as a child being pushed on the swing by her mum. They did that really well. It wasn't like, I wasn't cringing. I wasn't going, oh God, this is like cheesy or whatever. It wasn't. It was really well done, I think.
Yeah, I agree. Directed by Ian Hughes. He's done a great job. Told you I'm making a conscious effort to look those up when I enjoy something. Now, how quickly she got to the detail sort of took me out of it a little bit. It definitely woke me up from my trance. So she's like, "Yep, there's a car. It's great. It's a Mercedes, and here's half the number plate. There you go." I'm like, right, okay. It was hurtling towards you. Can't remember anything else, but I've got all this detail. I'm up. I'm out of my trance, and here we go. We're off. Investigation is go. Now this creates a whole load of drama because Sarge doesn't tell Lacey at the earliest opportunity. Not really sure why. I don't think I accept his reasoning either. When she, like you say, Cash has let the cat out the bag and she's gone mad, hasn't she? Like she would do. Sarge should have told her when he bumped into her, right? However, I don't think she has a right to turn around and say to him, "I'm family, you need to tell me everything," when this is a family you've disowned.
Yeah, that's true. I think the reason he didn't tell her was because of the timing of it, because she literally just gone into the diner, saw him. he was obviously in there thinking about what had happened, and she said, "Oh, do you want to go for dinner sometime?" And I think he was too scared to rock the boat because that was such a step forward for her to say. Because at that point, she thought the investigation was done and dusted again because
Yeah.
he didn't find anything. He tried, and she's like, "I'm really grateful that you tried to find something, and it's a shame that you didn't. I guess I'm going to have to accept it and move on. So, in the interest of moving on, let's get dinner." And I thought, this is such poor timing. And he's just going to go, "Yeah, let's go and get dinner because if I could really mess this up and we could go 10 steps backwards again."
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. He doesn't say that to her, though, does he? He just sort of says, yeah, I should have said it.
Yeah, it's implied to us, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It could. Yeah. You're right. It's implied, but it's a plot device. It creates her to go mad again.
Yeah.
We're eye rolling again because we're fed up of her going raging mad. He's going raging mad all of the time, and you just like bang your heads together. She's out of order because he was going to tell her. He would have he would have had a choice, would he? But she just needs to give him a chance. And lines like "I'm your family" doesn't automatically get you a right to everything
No.
because you've disowned the guys and you don't want anything to do with them. How many times have you said that? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's Joe's process to go through, and in Joe's defense, she did tell her the next day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, give people a bloody chance. Lacey's doing me head in. Sarge is doing me head in. It's actually made me, quite empathetic to Joe this week, and she's normally doing my head in. These lot, I swear to God.
Oh no. Well, I was tweeting earlier and I said it's really obvious that Sarge and Lacey are related. There's no DNA test required, is there really? Because they've both got serious anger management issues. They're both like tightly coiled springs ready to explode at anybody. And then I'm guessing Joe's like Mum, like she's just a bit more carefree and a bit more chilled and nervous, and you know what I mean? Like, she's walking on eggshells, the poor girl, because she's between her dad going mad and the sister going mad, and she's in the middle just trying to keep the peace. I actually feel really sorry for her.
I do. Which maybe it's how we get on board with her. I don't know.
Yes. Yeah.
Maybe it's what we need to go through. It did get a little bit comical for me then when Lacey and her start this investigation themselves.
Oh God.
And Lacey's like breaking into YCPD, and it ended up being like an episode of Rizzoli and Isles. It was like Joe and Lacey like female power cops,
yes,
like running around solving crimes.
Joe should be called Cagney, and then it'd be Cagney and Lacey.
Yes.
Oh dear.
But this is the bit, on First Look last week, and it was like they're on the same page or whatever it was.
Yeah,
that'll be what it is. They're crime fighting. Now then, this car and this number plate has led them to a crooked local councillor. A little close to home, this.
I was going to say, we've been here before, haven't we?
And he's like, nope, don't know. I'll get my team on it. Look at my calendar. So yeah, so it looking
what was
like
Josh West. Was he not a councillor?
He ran for mayor, didn't he?
Yeah, it was something like that.
He was mayor. He was town mayor or something, wasn't he? Because wasn't he part of pushing through that big new development?
Yes, he was. Yeah, I just thought it was a bit similar to the whole Josh thing. Like all the sort of politician people are obviously going to be creepy, slimy, not trustworthy people.
Yeah, of course. We all know politicians are crookers. Do you know what I mean? How many houses has Angela Rayner got?
Well, true.
So yeah. I live in her seat, but yeah, she's she's popular.
Can imagine.
So it looks like this councillor's on it, and there's a bit of a sort of a weird deja vu moment with Joe in passing, isn't there? So, we've got a smarmy councillor in a suit, but I wonder why. That's it. I wonder why. Like, why is it covered up? Why is it not just an accident? Was he drink driving? What was going on?
I tell you what,
there's a story here.
I'm also there as well. But before this, before we found out who sort of possibly driving this car that she identified, I'm really surprised how quickly everyone's sort of taken Joe's word for it that this car was there,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
it had this involved because I again I'm probably being skeptical, but like hypnosis isn't that accurate, and I was like, could this be a false memory? Is this something that she's just made
Well,
up? Or I'm
yeah.
surprised Lacey's gone, hell for leather, because she's been so convinced that Joe was at fault for so long, for 2 years, that she then
Yeah.
believes this immediately from this hypnosis. Is
No,
it?
you're right to bring that up. Why is Lacey not saying it's a load of cock and bull?
I don't know, because I
Mm.
wasn't sure
The
until
only
we saw
person
the
that
guy.
mentions,
Yeah.
yeah, it's only Cash that says this isn't admissible.
Yes, it's not admissible in court, but then that's because it's not accurate. It's not like
Yeah.
eyewitness statement. It's a memory that could
Mm.
possibly be a false memory. But it wasn't till the guy showed up at the police station, and then obviously Joe bumped into him by accident, and he did give her a weird look. And she gave, I thought she recognized him actually, because she was looking at him weird. And then he was looking at her weird, and I thought, oh, and I thought David was really smart, because when she said, "Who was that?" David said, "Oh, nobody." And I thought that's really smart, because if she suddenly remembers who he is, then that is admissible, because he hasn't told her who he is. And then,
Yeah,
because if he'd said, "Oh, that's the guy that possibly killed your mum," then her memory, in inverted commas, could remember him.
could
But
place that in. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
and it wouldn't be that. You know what I mean? But if suddenly she says to her dad, that guy that was in the police station, I think there's something about him, then David would be like, okay, there's something in this, because you know what I mean?
Mm,
It's more tangible as a. It's not
mm.
him planting a seed in her mind, basically.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Yeah, and it's not been coerced or whatever into these
Yeah,
memories.
yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, you're right. I just I thought, is this just Joe's acting? But yeah,
I was confused, because I was like, because she said to Lacey, like, he obviously recognised me and he looked scared, and I thought she recognised him, but then I don't. Yeah, maybe I got that wrong. I read the
yeah,
scene wrong, I think.
yeah. I think he definitely had a look of, oh shit, the walls are closing in
Yeah,
on
he
me.
did, but I swear that
Yeah,
she had the same. She was like, "Oh, who are you?"
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know.
I read it as like her sub. It was like a deja vu where you're like, oh,
Yeah, I know
seen
him
him
from
before.
somewhere.
But she
Yeah,
did say, yeah, maybe she's
yeah.
just not quite know yet.
Mm.
Interesting either way. That third party theory was correct. Well done.
Mm.
Um, and hopefully this all kicks up a notch next week,
Yeah.
because I mean, just this discussion now
Mm.
is something meaty to talk about.
Exactly. Rather than, we don't
Um,
know anything. Give us
and
a
even with
carrot.
even if we're calling everyone drongos and annoying, at least it's something, you know.
Yes, true.
So yeah.
And he
Mm.
does look guilty as sin, let's be honest. So,
Yeah, and he's a politician, so he's obviously bad, and
yeah.
in today's political world,
Yeah.
no one's on the politician's side, are they? It's
No,
quite clever to do it now,
no
actually.
parties. No parties are good anymore. There are all bad parties now.
Yep, this
So,
is it. Before you know it, the Greens are going to be driving diesels. Just you watch. Cash is back, but Eden isn't. She's still. You'll remember, if you cast your mind way, way back, she went out shopping for a dress and never came back.
nope.
Yeah, I'm surprised she's not got missing posters up. Yeah, she's in the city, and he takes the opportunity to catch up with John, all about the wedding, doesn't he? And John is flapping like a galah. Doesn't sound like Cash is happy with the progress, does it, at first? It sounds like he's a bit like, gosh, what's going on? What's been happening while I've been gone? Not a lot. Not a lot in the answer. John's stressed out about it. Eden comes back home after getting the heads up that he's back in town. And yeah, before they get down to the wedding, they get down to the rampy bumpy. Quite a lot this week, I will
Mm,
say.
yes,
Mm,
I'm a fan.
She's, you know what, she's got to keep up her workouts to get
That's
in the
true.
dress.
That's true.
Well, if she had a dress,
If she
that
had a
is.
dress.
She's come back with no dress. She's been
God.
gone a week. What the hell have they been doing? Apparently drinking champagne.
And crying. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, we do quickly learn the wedding that is in 2 weeks, that there is a dress that she absolutely adored, but it's 12 grand, Sophie. 12,000 pounds. Well, dollars.
Dollars. Yeah.
What?
That's a lot.
The
for a
wedding shouldn't
dress.
even be that much.
It's a lot for that. Is a lot of money for it. I nearly fell off my chair. I did have to look it up because I was like, I'm sure it's like, is it like 6-7 grand in our
Yeah.
money? That's
Yeah.
a lot of money. And I was thinking, she needs that. Like, if she's got that lying around, because she was like, I can't afford it. I was like, I wouldn't have thought so, because if you've got that much lying around, why are you working in Salt doing the odd shift here and there, and then like not? She barely can afford a bacon sandwich most days. Like,
I
how?
know. Yeah.
This is mad.
What kind of shops has she been going in?
I don't know. Or is
You
the
sh-
wedding
you got-
is the wedding business in Australia just so extortionate? Like, it's insane.
I mean, it's extortionate anyway, isn't it? But like,
that's taking
you'd
the
shop
piss
to
bit.
you. You'd shop to your budget, wouldn't you? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You'd
And it
be at
sounds
some
like it's off the rack. Like, so for 12K, I'd expect like custom made 6 months.
designer.
Yeah, measurements taken, go off and make it, find the fabric to the design that I want, etc. But she tried it on, and she can buy it immediately. It's like, that's off the rack. Why is it 12K? I don't get that.
I don't.
What?
Crazy. So yeah, but apparently it's the dress, and there's a
The
lot of
dress.
importance put on this dress.
Hmm.
And Abs wants her to have it, and she's come up with a plan that she's going to sell a car. She's going to wash it first. Thankfully, because I thought, has it been done since Marley did it?
Oh, yeah.
Because he was so disgusted with it last time.
That's true.
So she washes it, she puts the car up for sale, she's telling Levi about it, and he actually buys the dress, doesn't he? With his bottomless bank.
Yeah.
So she's got the dress hung up on the back of her bedroom door, the 12 grand dress, designer dress, off the rack.
Well, I have to say, I did get excited about the dress at this point, because when she spied it, I don't know whether you noticed, but it's got Villani written on the bag.
Mm-hmm.
And Villani is a brand that I know about because they make all of Ada's dresses for the Logies. And she tags them every year, like, oh, this is my new Villani. And they did an amazing one, which I cannot get over, and I never got over it. They did an amazing one for, I can't remember what year it was, and it was pink, and it was, oh my god, the nicest dress I've ever seen. And every time I see it, I'm like, that's the nicest dress I've ever seen. And it's a Villani one. So I got really excited because I was like, is it going to be like Ada's dress, like for the Logies? It was amazing.
Like bright pink.
Well, or something. The shape of it was amazing. Like, the color of it. I was just in love with this dress. I was like, oh my god, that is the dress. So I did get a little excited, I'll be honest, when I saw the old label on the bag. And I'm not a wedding dress person, so this is a lot. This is big news.
I'm looking up online now. This dress, pink
Villani Ada. Yeah.
Logies.
There's like a picture of her, and she's leaning against like a sofa back or something, and she's by a window in the hotel, and she posted that on her Instagram account, and I was like, oh my god, I love that dress.
Got it. Yeah, I can see it.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
She looks like a flower. Oh, so pretty.
Yeah. So good advertisement then for a real designer.
Sydney based, I think they are.
Yeah. On the map, right here in Blighty, Norway, Belgium, Ireland,
Denmark.
Yeah. So
wherever Kirby is at the moment, I don't know.
Loved it. So things are coming together for the wedding of the year. Let's see how it goes down.
Yes.
See how it goes down. Now, Mac and Levi, talking of things coming together. That's my favourite one I've ever done.
Oh, God. Oh, dear.
They're nervous about this IVF, aren't they? and they've reached the same point as last time, so emotions are high, and yes, they're just agonizingly waiting for the call from the clinic, to which they do get quite quickly. Thank you, Jesus and writers, for not making us agonize into next week about that. And she's got 4 embryos, so
Which
got
is
9
4
follicles,
more.
4 embryos, and a partridge in a pear tree.
Which is 4 more than we had last time, because I think we had no viable embryos last time, did we?
Yeah.
So
5 gold rings.
it's just because it's November doesn't mean you can start singing the Christmas songs.
4 embryos, 3 follicles.
1 wedding dress.
Mm.
Mhm.
And hopefully a baby in spring. Hey, there we go.
Oh God, what are you like?
Oh, I can't do. I really struggle. I'm just pissing about now because I really struggle to talk about babies. Right. So it's implantation day.
Mm.
So off they go, implantation via the wedding dress shop. But yeah. And then she comes back implanted. She needs to sit down, but she's not. Should she be stirruped? I don't
No, because
like,
that's okay now. She's all done. She just needs to lie down.
she just needs to chill
Yes.
and get pregnant.
Yes.
She got 4 cracks at this then. This is 1, isn't it?
I think so, because I think what they do with the other 3 is probably put them in the freezer, or whatever the medical term is, and then they've got 3 more potential to try if this one doesn't work, haven't they?
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. They can thaw another.
And then if those 3 don't work, they've got to do the whole thing again, haven't they? Start over. And we'll be back to follicle chat again.
I don't think I can do it. It's been painful enough.
I know, right? Yeah, it has.
I've not heard anything about this. You know, when you sometimes see things online that you shouldn't, and
Oh.
accidental scrolling. I've heard
Good point.
nothing about a pregnancy. I've heard nothing about a baby. I've heard nothing about anything else.
I haven't either.
So
does that
I don't know
mean-
what to think.
I mean, I'm thinking 1 or 2 things here. Either there's no news, so that's why I've heard nothing, or no one cares. And no one's
that's
talking
true.
about it.
Yeah. They seem to be quite popular these days, though, as a couple, don't they?
Yeah.
So,
Yes, I don't know. Weird.
we'll have to just see if this embryo grows, develops.
Yeah. Into a baby. Yeah.
And hopefully it'll be more mature than Abs. Although, to be fair, Abs has been quite... I've enjoyed Abs this week. The way she's calmed down a bit these days, hasn't she?
Yeah.
Mind you, it was only last week she was screaming about Dad at the wedding.
That's true. That
I've
was
got
horrendous.
a short memory, I think.
I'd kind of blocked that out as well. That was horrendous. But she has been better this week. I think she's very family orientated, if that's the word, oriented, which is the word. I don't know. That one. You
Either
know what
or.
I mean? So, but sometimes it's to a point where you're like, okay, you need to grow up a bit now, like, because they've got their own lives. But this week I think she has been quite mature, because she has tried to put Eden before herself, hasn't she? Like the fact that she's given up her car. Yes, she didn't pay for it, so really she's not really losing anything, because it's Levi's money essentially, but it's hers, and she's willing to sacrifice it for her sister for 1 day, for a dress that she'll wear once. I mean, not the maturest decision to make, financially speaking,
yeah.
It's very selfless, and it was very kind gesture to do that, and to want to do that for your sisters. So, and they've come a long way, these Fowlers, haven't they? When we think about their whole journey, a year ago they couldn't be in the same room as each other, and they were screaming at each other. There was like the therapy and everything else going on, and like Abby couldn't stand Eden, because she was so jealous of her, and she, you left me with Mom, and you're off doing things with your friends, and she hated Kirby, and she hated Remy because they took her sister away. We've come a long way from then, thank God. But yeah, I mean, I'm keeping an eye on her because she's not the most mature person, but she has moments. There's a glimmer
Yeah,
there. There's hope, I think.
yeah, yeah. I'm wondering if they're peppering them in more and more, and they're
Mm,
gonna, over time, they're gonna merge her into a little bit nice young woman. You know,
yes.
the
Yeah.
drugs are in way, way back then. They're in the distant past. You
Yes.
know, her and Marley get. They seem to have settled as well, which I think is probably rubbing off
Yeah.
because they were arguing about anything and everything at one point.
Yeah.
So I think it's a gradual thing with her, and I think at the end of her 3 year span or whatever it's going to be,
Mm,
it'll be like a Theo.
yeah. That's true. Yeah.
I feel like that's where we're going to end up with her, and there's some good signs coming out.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah,
mm.
definitely. I hope so. I hope she continues to show this growth, this maturity.
Same, same. If not, she could always go to visit Cohen with Rue. Because that's all I've got on Rue this week.
Well, Cohen's way more mature than half the Bay. Let's face it.
And he lived in it. That's because of all the reading. This is the
Yeah,
problem. People don't read
yeah.
enough now.
He lives in a tent
Yeah.
and reads. That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what? It sounds bliss, that.
It does actually. I'd take that over my normal work week any day. Oh,
Same.
imagine that! Imagine having like a week just to read a book. I'd love that. Oh, I'd love that.
Pretty soon, Dal. Pretty soon.
True.
Right, well, that brings us to the end of this week's action. We'll leave it right there. Don't forget, we've No Your Say on the Bay for the next week or two, but we do want to hear from you because we're going to do a big recap. We'll be back next week rounding up all the storylines, of course. In the meantime, go to our website, coastalnewspod.com, with all you say, and we'll get back to you momentarily, won't we?
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks a lot. Have a nice day. Bye.
Hooroo.
Please take the time to like, subscribe, and review Coastal News wherever you source your podcasts and ensure you never miss an episode.